Hello crew, Joel here with FYI Yachts. I'm sitting here with someone you may have seen a lot of times before, Ralph Navarro, the founder of FYI Yachts. Ralph, how you doing?
Good morning, Joel. How you doing? How's everything?
Very good, thank you.
Everything's great. I just want to mention that I'm very, very proud of you and how much you've grown in this last 4 to 5 years being in our marketing department. It's really a pleasure to be here today, being interviewed by you. So thank you.
I like this new form of content we're doing. I'm excited. This is just the premiere, the first episode we're doing. Guys, I'm very excited what we're doing today. It's our debut, our first episode of Miami at the Helm. It's a short form and long form podcast. We'll be having guests at the show. We'll be talking everything about yachting, Miami lifestyle, jets, cars, and more. Ralph, to dive in, I have some questions for you, and we're going to zoom out a little bit, just talk about Miami as a whole. You know, you've been here for 35 years now, so I really want to ask you, what is the best thing to do in Miami right now? What should someone get excited for when they come to Miami?
Well, Joel, thank you for the question. First of all, haven't been here for 35 years. We've been with FYI Yachts for 35 years. I want to clarify that because I'm 61 now, so I'm a little older. So I've been in Miami most of my life. I think Miami's become very diverse and it's become the mecca of the world. Lately, the numbers are showing that Miami's become the yachting capital of the world. And everyone that comes to Miami, moving into Miami from a lot of different places like New York City, Texas, California, abroad, Argentina, Chile, Guatemala, Mexico, people from Russia, Ukraine, and different parts of the world, the first thing that they do is everybody wants to move to Miami. A big part of that is all of the beauty that Miami offers, the amazing real estate, the connection to the water, and it's just a place where it's kind of tropical all year round.
So Ralph, you've been here living in Miami for longer than I've been alive, so I think it's fair that you know the best places to visit. If it comes to restaurants, things to do, you know, all these people coming from all over the world, when they want to come to Miami, what is the best thing for them to do here?
You know, that's a very broad question.
Right. Well, let's say maybe in yachting or...
It would take me a week to kind of answer your question, but I'm going to stick today to a particular part of your question, which is very interesting, and is how powerful and culinary the city of Miami has become, with all the different restaurants and all the different restaurant concepts that exist in Miami. I want to do a shout out to our good friend David Grutman, who's kind of the leader of the pack, restaurateurs in Miami, with all these beautiful concepts that he continues to open. Komodo being one of my favorite restaurants, which is still hard to get a reservation back. Poppy Steakhouse in South Beach. I mean, Miami's become an experience, not just for a place to come for nightlife, but for a place to come and experience great food. The people in Miami are just amazing. You get great service. Everybody's polite. Everybody's nice. So this city has taken the kind of the ambassadorship of the world. Miami's become the ambassador to every country in the world where people want to live, spend time here, dine here, party here, yacht here. And what a perfect place. We're so close to the most beautiful places in the world, like the Bahamas. It's just a perfect place to raise your family, have a business, and it's just amazing, all the things that this city has to offer.
I also think it's no longer the big two. As I was growing up, I always thought the big two in the US was New York and LA. I think now it's Miami, New York, LA. And you know, some of the other ones slowly drifting. I really do see it getting popular, and you know, a lot of people and a lot of business owners and a lot of influential people coming down to move to Miami, not just from other countries, but also from these big cities, New York and LA as well.
I don't even think of the big two anymore. And I love California. My son lives in California, and I love New York. It's one of my favorite cities in the world. But Miami's just kind of all on its own, organically, has created this vibe where everybody wants to be here. And even people that don't live here, like New Yorkers and Californians and Texans and Chicagoans, you know, they all want to spend time here, and they'll come here for periods at a time just to be in Miami, just to be in the scene and not just to be in the scene, but to be with all the city has to offer.
Right.
There was a time where Miami was famous, or Florida in general was famous for the snowbirds, because the snowbirds will gravitate to South Florida during the winter to escape the weather months for the north, right? But it's not the same anymore. You see all the people from all these locations coming here all year round,
Right.
not just in the wintertime.
Yep.
And it's no longer the 1-2 anymore. I think the to-go-to place when somebody wants to have a wedding in the United States, when somebody wants to have a bachelor party, when somebody wants to go out and celebrate a birthday all out, it's Miami.
And when someone wants to buy a boat.
And when somebody wants to buy a yacht, we're the place.
Exactly.
FYI Yachts, baby.
Awesome. You know, our slogan is, in Miami, every season is boating season. At least that's one of the lines we go with, as far as the many ones, which you guys may have heard also only at FYI. But there's always boats out here in winter, in the summer. We're entering in a really good season now where a lot of people are coming down south because of the weather. Where are those places where they're going to eat out at night, to go to a nice restaurant with the family, with the kids? You know, you have the Miami River, one of the best places for dining if you're out on the water as well. What is your favorite place, you would say?
Well, I think that once again, Miami's just so diverse. Going out on the water in Miami is not what it used to be. We have a lot of options in Miami. I think after the pandemic, people kind of rediscovered the Miami vicinity. We have, in a short distance, we have Elliott Key, if you want to be kind of private and just a water setting. And then you come back north and you have the wonderful place here, which is the lagoon right there by Boulder's Grill, which is No Name Harbor. And that place is just spectacular, where you can anchor or go to the restaurant. You come out of there, you take a nice cruise, and you go by downtown Miami, and you make a quick left turn, and you enter the Miami River with this beautiful dockage at the Austin Martin Building and the Epic, that's run by a good friend of ours, David Smith, who happens to be the director and the dock master. And then you go down the Miami River, and you see all these new places popping up, all these new restaurants with all different styles, different settings. Kiki's on the River, Power Place, you know, Garcia's, Casablanca Seafood, you know, all these places, Sea Spice. And then you got all these places coming up that are starting to take form. Not only can you enjoy the water, but if you want a party setting, you can go to Kiki's on the beach. If you want a nice meal, you can go to Garcia's or Sea Spice. You know, this just all around so much opportunity for different places. You can dock your boat at Nixon Beach to be with the rest of the crowd, or you can dock your boat behind Fisher Island to be more private and more quiet, or you can go to Hobie Beach if you want no wake. There's just so much to explore just in the city of Miami. And like I was saying, after the pandemic, we started reinventing and falling in love again with all of the city of Miami waters have to offer.
Let's say I'm a guy, I don't live in Miami yet, but I'm considering it and I want to experience the lifestyle. You know, I want to go on this 105 azimuth that we're sitting in here today, and I want to dock at a restaurant. I'm sure it would be possible at least a couple here in Miami. Which one is that party place? You know, the one where someone is bringing their whole friends, family, and everyone from down out of town, and they want to go out for a nice drink and party.
I think you have a lot of options. I think that, first of all, you don't really need to dock at any place when you're in this 105.
Right.
You just, what people are doing nowadays, especially all of our friends and family that we allow them to use our boat, which is part of what we do in our business for networking. You know, they bring their own DJ and they have their own private party on the boat with this wonderful DJ. But if you want to experience the party scene from the land to the boat, you go to a place like Casamio, as an example, and then you dock there and you create amazing food and you party there and you bring the party back to the boat. Or you go to Kiki's on the river, or you go to Sea Spice, and there's a bunch of other new places opening up. You know, you had the wharf there for a while, which is now doing this beautiful construction. It's a good client of ours that's building that building. But the wharf will be back.
We'll be back. Okay.
You know, once, because the whole floor is going to be the wharf again. It's just under construction. But if you come down to the Grove and you want to party, although they still haven't come up with the way to bring the big boats in and out, but it can happen. You have Regatta right there in the Grove. You still have Monty's here where our office is, that offers you just a great experience from the boating side to the party side.
Ralph, thank you so much for this conversation. I'm very excited for what's ahead. And what would be something that our viewers should take with them as a final message to close off the podcast?
I want to give you a sneak peek. First of all, I want to thank our Director of Marketing, Alejandra Avendaño, for taking the time and getting all this set up, and you as well, Joel. The sneak peek is very simple. Every week, we're going to have a really interesting subject to discuss in our podcast. And as you know, yachting and owners of yachts have the same passion for aircrafts, for jets, for boats, for cars, for watches. So a sneak peek is our next podcast. We're going to bring in one of the top watch dealers in Miami, Deluxe, Credit Deluxe on Demand, which are good friends. And they're going to bring two pieces, two brands, two very famous watch brands that are synonymous with yachting. Me and Joel will be displaying them for you, and we'll have them on the show to give us more information as to how those watches build, how those watch prices hold up, and what is the top watch from those two brands that's being offered right now. So stay tuned for our next one, which is coming to you really, really soon. And don't forget, our send-off is always going to be only at FYI.
Also, guys, this video was all AI. It was generated by the newest OpenAI version of Sora 2. So please let us know in the comments how realistic it was to you, because Ralph and I were never sitting here.